You trip on a perfectly flat sidewalk. Your face burns instantly, and for the next 10 minutes you are absolutely certain that everyone saw it, that everyone is judging you. That feeling can ruin your entire day, over something not a single person around you will remember by lunch. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Almost nobody is watching you as closely as you think. Almost nobody ever is. Your brain is running a 200,000-year-old alarm for a world that no longer exists. So why does a tiny harmless stumble feel like the end of everything? And how does understanding this one glitch set you free? The answer goes back to the very beginning of our species, and it's stranger than you'd expect. Let's start with the feeling itself, because it is intensely physical. Your face flushes, your heart pounds, your stomach drops. You want more than anything to vanish into the floor. It can feel almost like a flash of physical pain, and that intensity is a clue. Your body only reacts this hard to things that once truly mattered for survival. Even the blush is strange. Why would evolution make us turn visibly red when we mess up? Some scientists think the blush is an honest signal, a visible, uncontrollable way of saying, I know I broke a rule and I care. It's almost an apology your body makes for you before you can even speak. To understand why, we have to go back to the tribe hundreds of thousands of years ago. Back then, your survival depended completely on the group accepting you. If the group turned on you or pushed you out, you were alone in the wild, and alone in those days very often meant dead. So your brain developed a powerful, fast-firing alarm for one very specific danger: losing your standing in the eyes of the group. That alarm is embarrassment. It fires the instant you think you've looked bad in front of other people. In a small tribe, being mocked or shamed wasn't just unpleasant. It was genuinely dangerous. A damaged reputation could cost you food, allies, and protection. So the alarm made perfect sense. But here is where it gets interesting, because that ancient alarm now badly misfires. Psychologists discovered a specific glitch in how we experience it. They call it the spotlight effect. We feel as if a bright spotlight is constantly following us, and everyone is watching our every move. Researchers tested this with a wonderfully awkward experiment. They made students wear a deeply embarrassing t-shirt, then walk into a room full of other people. Afterward, they asked the students how many people they thought had noticed the shirt. The students were sure that about half the room had clocked it. The reality, only a tiny fraction had noticed it at all. Most people, it turned out, simply didn't care and barely looked. There's a cousin to this called the illusion of transparency. We believe our nervousness is written all over our face when really almost no one can see it. Because here is the thing everyone forgets in the moment. Every other person around you is starring in their own movie. They're worrying about their own hair, their own words, their own small embarrassments. Nobody has the spare attention to study your little stumble. They're far too busy being the anxious star of their own film. The audience you're so terrified of is barely even watching. They are an audience to themselves. So your embarrassment is a 200,000-year-old survival alarm, firing in a world that has completely changed. Tripping in public will not get you exiled from the tribe. You will not starve because you said something a little awkward at a party. But your ancient brain still treats a tiny social slip like a genuine threat to your life. And knowing this is strangely, deeply freeing. The spotlight you feel burning down on you is almost entirely your own invention. So the next time your face goes hot over something small, just remember, the alarm is real. The danger is not. Everyone around you is far too busy worrying about themselves to remember your worst moment. So go ahead, trip, stumble, say the wrong thing, be wonderfully, embarrassingly human, because almost no one is watching, and almost no one will remember. If this made you a little more curious, subscribe. That's the whole point of this channel.